My hand girls rescue met the bar witnessing. Tears fled the head, I'm waiting, I guess she tweet, I guess she confess. She thinking less, not drinking less. Bathroom says, best it gets spontaneous. I stereotype, put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as a rock, fireworks.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the fourth edition of After the Storm. I'm your host, Matt Clark. The Thunder made it 3 in a row tonight with the 108-94 victory over the Nuggets, and pretty easily. I mean, I might add. I mean, it really wasn't that easy, but the Thunder made it kind of look easy. Had a 20-point lead at one point. The Thunder improved into 11-19, which none of us expected. On top of that, everybody said we were going to tank. Doesn't really look like it. And but anyway, let's get into the game. One thing that I saw earlier is that the Thunder have 6 games that they came back from a 15-point deficit. That leads the NBA. I mean, that shows you that when we do the things that we're supposed to do, shot selection, transitional baskets on the offensive side, on the defensive side, keeping the team from getting those transitional baskets, doing our great perimeter D, and making good shots, okay? Making good decisions, and our players not playing within themselves, without, playing where they can't afford to play. But tonight I want to say that the Thunder jumped out to a 28-18 lead. What did we do? What I've talked about, hey, we made great decisions, and SGA was he was unbelievable tonight. And I think that, like I said all along, he has to be not necessarily selfish, but selfish. And I don't mean to the point of some of the other players who I talk about who are just about themselves. And he is more about his team than he is about himself. But what he has to realize is the more you score, the easier your baskets are, then the easier it is for your opportunity for your other players to score baskets without them trying to do more than they're capable of doing. Because once you stop scoring and they feel like they've got to score, then that's when the Thunder get in trouble. I mean, when you look at the 28-18 lead, and one thing that I've talked about is we need a rim protector. And basically it's been that. He had 2 blocks tonight. And, trying to score and do all that other stuff, bro, that's not your game. I mean, I know you're trying to act like it is, and maybe the Thunder's trying to push you there, and maybe one day you will get there. But right now, your game is blocking shots, getting the ball up the court, releasing, shooting a wide open shot when you have it, not trying to drive between 3 people. You do not have handles in order to make those things happen. Dort, you did a good job of not trying to do too much. Hey, let the game come to you. You don't have the skill set to take it off the dribble to make plays. You don't have that skill set yet. Will you? Possibly if you work hard enough, because remember, between the season, when the season's over with until it starts, so you have basically till May till October or May till September to get your game together, to work on your skill set. That's when you work on it. That's when you work on your game. It's in the off season, not during the season. Now, what I will say, the first quarter, what I liked about it is we were in attack mode, SGA, full attack mode the whole first half, first quarter. Attack mode, let me drive, let me get some easy baskets, let's set the other players up. Dort knocked down a couple threes. We got a couple easy baskets. That's what he has the ability to do. Now, second quarter, Coach came out with Poku, Jerome, Baisley, Trey Mann, and Williams. They went on a 7-1 run. Why is that? No scores, no shooters, okay? That's exactly what happened, a 7-1 run. I mean, simply because that. I mean, you got to let SGA get some rest at some point. And I will commend Coach D in the third quarter. He did not take SGA out. He left him in the whole third quarter to keep that lead going and not give him his normal rest as far as, when he has the time to come out. I like that he did not do that when he normally did his normal transition where he moved players out. And here's your deal. You come in, you come out. I like the fact he didn't do that, but we'll talk about it in the third quarter. But the second quarter, with 6 minutes to go, was 40-30. Okay? Now, what he did is brought SJ back in, and what happened? He kept Denver he cut that 7-1 run off. Came out, got a basket immediately. What happened? Boom, okay, boom. Stabilized our players. Our players were like, oh, okay, big boy's back, our best player's back. He slowed everybody down. Hey, everything comes through me. And then once he started doing that, that allowed everybody else to get into the floor of the offense again. Dort to just do wide open threes, not having to try to take the ball off the dribble. Giddey being able to catch and shoot. Williams catch and shoot. Everybody got to catch. And the big fella, Derek Favors, hey, he does what he does. You're talking about somebody who understands his game. His understanding of his game is to be able to knock down the mid-range jump shot. I was with someone when we were watching the game tonight, and Favors had a wide open shot from 3, and the lane was wide open. He goes, why did he take it? I go, he understands. That's not his game. His game is not shooting a three. His game is not trying to put the ball on the floor. His game is to catch that the 15, 12 to 15 footer, 10 to 15 footer. Boom, catch, boom, shoot, in, bucket. Remember when he was in Utah, he killed us in the playoffs with that. So that's what Derek Favors does. He catches, he understands his game. Now, if we can get to everybody else to understand what their game is and not trying to press and act like, oh, we have a score, I got to get, no, just run the offense, kick the ball out. Got a wide open shot, take it. Don't try to do too much, okay? When you try to do that, the other team goes on a 7-0 run. You have nobody to stop that. SGA came back in. And then what happened? Transitional baskets running the half-court set. Favors knocked down, what was it? I think he had two baskets in that quarter to do that. So at the end of the first half, what happens? 42% was shooting from three. Why? Uncontested, wide open, nobody running at you. You don't have to make a move. There's no step backs, no side steps, none of that stuff. You're just catching, wide open, shooting. You're not trying to shoot from 35 feet. You're right there on the line, and our team is capable of making those shots. When we try to step back behind the three and do Steph Curry and Damian Lillard shots, no. Trae Young, no. That's not who we are. That is not your game. Now, in your mind, you might think, oh, I made a couple baskets. I got that. Bruh, no, you don't have that. Back up off of that. Okay. Starting this second half, we're up 60-52. Okay? Like I said, we had a nice run, 28-18. They made a 7-1 run. SGA came back in, settled us down, and then we go into half with a 64-52 lead. Third quarter, okay? Love SGA, okay? He was selfish, but yet not selfish as in taking crazy shots, but selfish as in, let me get to the basket, let me take advantage of matchups. And that's one thing the Thunder, I've noticed the last couple of games have done a great job, the last 3 games have done a great job of taking advantage of your matchups. Hey, I got this guy, he can't guard me. Let me take him off the bounce. He can't guard me. Take him. Thunder did a great job of understanding matchups. Giddey, great job of going to the basket. Dort, great job of going to the basket. You got somebody, hey, you got Austin Rivers on you. Take him to the basket. Please take him to the hole, okay? Now, our defense in transition was absolutely great the third quarter. We didn't give up any transitional baskets. Every shot that they shot from the three-point line was contested, played great perimeter defense. And when we do that, when we play great perimeter defense, our shot selection, like I've talked about all day long, or since I've been doing this podcast or this live stream, if we take better care of the basketball, but taking great shots, that all works. Perimeter defense was magnificent. It was great. We did a good job of that. What happens? 77-61 in the third quarter. Okay, 4 minutes to go. Run it off. Ended the third quarter, 88-66. Why? SGA taking care of business, being on the court the whole time, not bouncing off, but taking care of business. Loved what he was doing right there. Being aggressive, taking advantage of the matchups, kicking the ball out. Did a fantastic job of doing that. Fourth quarter. Starting 5. Poku, Baisley, Giddey, Mann, Williams. Y'all watch the game. Do I need to talk about that? Probably do. 7 straight possessions without a basket. 1 free throw. Nuggets go on an 11-1 run. So with 8 minutes and 16 seconds, what does the coach do? You have to do, hey, you got to put back in my boy. And normally he plays around the 5.5, 6 minute mark is when he normally brings SGA in the game, is around that mark. But 8 minutes to go, we haven't scored. Hey, we need our big boy to come in, settle us down, and get some baskets. And immediately what happens? Shot selection improves. Perimeter defense improves. Easy baskets improve. Because once in the NBA, once a team gets on a roll, you're in trouble. Okay, once they start getting into easy baskets, they're knocking down threes, all of a sudden you're in a dogfight, and that's exactly what happened. We were up 89-77. Okay, we went up 88-66 at halftime when he went out. Came back in. When he went back in at 8 minutes 16, it was 89-77. And I've talked about this over and over and over. That group that you have out there, you have to have somebody who can score. Okay, you can't have Dort on the bench. Now, Giddey, he's young, okay? Some games he's going to come back, some games he's not. And I'm worried about tomorrow night because of the simple fact we play at Phoenix. They're 25-5, okay? They're at home, 14 14-game winning streak at home. Back-to-back games, what is that, 3 games in 4 days? We're a young team. Hey, tomorrow night may be a long night. But what it will do, It will show us what kind of team we have. I mean, how good are you guys? Do you understand what's going on? You've got a nice 3-game winning streak. Why? Made good decisions by shooting the ball. Your perimeter defense was magnificent. There was no open threes and not that many open looks. We had somebody with a hand in his face. And if you knock down a shot, hey, a three with somebody in your hand in your face, I have no problem with that. Hey, bro, shoot that again. You did it once. Okay. Can you do it again? Can you knock that down again? Probably not. You're going to make, show me. That's how I look at it. Show me if you can knock that down. I don't think you can, but show me. Okay. Now, I will say this. Our defense, I can't say enough about how great we played on defense tonight. Okay. Perimeter defense was magnificent. We had our hands up in the face. Guys did go to the basket. We contested shots in the middle. Baisley did a good job. I mean, he could be our rim protector that I was talking about. You have to have. You have to have somebody in the lane when somebody's attacking the basket. You have to have somebody who can step up and at least alter the shot or make them think about it. And then everybody goes and crashes the board. Everybody crashes the board. SGA had what did he have? A triple double tonight. Was it 28, 10, and 14 or whatever it was? I mean, hey. I'm really pleased with the way that got. But that's the thing. We've had 3 games of that with him. Now, are we going to continue to get that kind of play out of him? He can't play that many minutes. I mean, he doesn't really have the body to do that. He's a little thin. His frame is not necessarily that big. He can't take the pounding going to the basket. And trust me, as a guy who played inside and liked to take it to the basket, your body, you take a pounding in there, okay? So you got to be able to be careful with that and understand, I need to go in. I got to knock down some shots. The second half, total, I think he was 0 for 7 from 3. Okay, now, you're not going to be very good if you're shooting fadeaway threes, turning to the side and all that. Those shots aren't going to really go in. And when I tell my kids all the time, the first thing to go is your legs. And when your legs go, what goes after that? Your jump shot. And he's trying to shoot threes, fading away. He's not setting and shooting. He's trying to step back inside and do all this other stuff. I'm like, hey, bro, I know you're tired. I know you just think, God, I got to get a shot up. Maybe I can shoot one. Long rebound. Maybe we can get something. Didn't happen. Went the other way, but fortunately our defense made up for the lack of shot selection and stuff that he was shooting towards the end of the game. But I will say this. Tomorrow night's going to be a huge test for the young fellas. I think we have to play them, twice in the next week and a half or something like that, both at Phoenix. They're a very good team. And you know Chris Paul, I think he's one of the top 5 point guards. He's old as dirt. But he's still one of the best top 5 point guards in the NBA. And he just does a great job of handling the team, understanding where everybody's supposed to be, getting players in position to score, and giving the ball at their spot. And I tell my kids all day long, find your spot, understand what is my spot? What do I like to score? Now, for me, it was a crossover step back, boom, middle of the lane, catch a wide open 3, knock that down. Well, we didn't have 3-point lane back then, but 3-point shot. But anyway, I like to make the crossover, boom, pull up, shoot the mid-range. And the mid-range is a dying art in the NBA, and you've got to be able to knock down the mid-range. Because if you knock down the mid-range, it makes everything else so easy. Because once your mid-range comes down, it's a lot easier to shoot a 3 because you are in what? Rhythm. And when you're in rhythm, it makes it a lot easier for you to knock down a 3. Versus knock it down to 2, then try to step out, do all these step backs, and you're not in rhythm, it doesn't work. Or go to the free throw line, get you a couple free throws. That does what? Gets you in rhythm. When you're in rhythm, it's a lot easier to knock down a 3. And when you look at Luke Dort, when he's in rhythm, he can knock down a 3. But his biggest problem is he thinks he's a 3-point shooter. 33%, bro, you're not a 3-point shooter, okay? But you lead our team in 3-point percentage. Yeah, I understand. What is my game? How do I score? I catch the ball. I'm wide open. I have no problem with anybody on the team shooting a wide open 3. If you're wide open, you catch it and shoot it. I don't really like some guys shooting, but when you're open, you got to shoot it. I get that. But if you missed a couple, hey, take a couple dribbles and knock down a mid-range. Get your rhythm down. Then you can step back out the next time and knock down the 3. Now, I want to say this, 11-19. I did not expect our Thunder to be that good. I'm just being honest here, and I'm going to always be honest with you guys. I did not expect us to be 11-19, 2 games over 500 basically, and I'm really proud of what they're doing, and our team is young. We're just really a couple pieces away from really being a 7th, 8th seed, probably 3 pieces away from really competing. But as long as SGA continues to mature, continues to understand he has to be more selfish, continues to understand, hey, the easier my baskets are, the easier it is for my teammates to make shots. They don't have to press. They don't feel like I got to get out there and score, because that's the biggest thing. It's called panicking. Okay, and that 7-1 run that happened. What was it? Missing or not getting a basket in the third quarter? What was that? Or fourth quarter? What was that? They panicked. Why? Because nobody could score. Oh, well, let me get this. Let me get this. And they were doing fadeaway threes or shooting shots that they're. I mean, take it to the basket. Do a nice little teardrop, a floater. Get you something. Drive, draw, kick somebody out for a wide open three. That's how you stay in rhythm. But without SGA in there, nobody was doing that, which cost the Thunder and allowed Denver to get hot and get back in the game. Okay. But anyway, that being said, great job, Thunder. I'm really pleased with what you did, and I want to thank everybody for watching tonight, and I want to thank my sponsors, and I'm getting ready to kick that up. And remember, tomorrow night, it'll be probably around 10:30 or so because the game won't be over until 10:15 our time. So normally I come on 45 minutes before, which would be 11 o'clock. That may be a little late, so it's probably going to be 10:30, 10:45 tomorrow night. Once again, thank you for watching After the Storm. I'm your host, Matt Clark. Peace out.